What's up guys, Nax Tech here, and today I'm going to be doing a video of Apple Maps versus Google Maps. So iOS 6 is the first version that has its own Apple Maps version, and the Android version obviously is Google Maps. Now iOS has had Google Maps since the very beginning and only recently decided to get rid of it because Google weren't giving Apple any of the turn-by-turn navigation or any of the stuff like that. They were just using the Google APIs. Saying that, there apparently is going to be an iOS Apple Maps app coming out soon. Now, I don't know what that's going to come with. I doubt it'll come with navigation and stuff like that. But, it was not a shock that Apple Maps has been through what it's been through in terms of the news. It's been slated. The reason is, Apple has just started the game with Maps, and, Apple and Google, has had over 10 years of experience when it comes to it. Okay, I'm just going to zoom out here, and both of these show where I am. And you can see this little arrow is where I am, and this little dot is where I am. And just look at the difference in roads and everything in the Google Maps version compared to the very, very bare Apple Maps version. Now, it's just nowhere near the same detail. Now, that's not so. I don't want to slate Apple Maps completely because it's got some really nice features. One thing that it has going for it over this, it's not terribly jittery, but sometimes it can be. If you look at Apple Maps in classic Apple style, it's very, very smooth. And it has. If we zoom out to the country view, you'll be able to see even more of the detail. Look at that difference, is kind of astonishing. And what's really bad is the fact that it doesn't have many points of interest. Now I'm going to show you one that's around me, and it's a tyre place. So I'm just going to search. I've done it already before on this. I'm just going to search Orbit Tyres, which is just a car repair place. See what it comes up with. Searching finds this one here, B. Orbit Tyres, which is just down the road from me. It gives you the map directions, call, review, and the street view picture. If we do the same now here on Apple Maps, no results found. So right there is a big difference. If you like to search for just like random points of interest, Apple Maps isn't quite up to it yet. Now, saying that, let's have a look what is going for Apple Maps. So we know the navigation. Let's just use both of them. Let's hit navigation and hit. Let's just search a town near me, which is Bedford. Okay. I've got to hit this directions button up here. Current location to Bedford. Yeah, give me the route. And there's the route, and I'm going to do that on here as well. And let's see if we can see the differences. Actually, we have to hit directions. Okay, I'll just write it in. Another thing to note, Google Maps gives you car, transit, bike and walking directions, which you do not get in Apple Maps. So let's just get these directions from where we are here. Where are we? Yeah, okay, that's both similar. We turn the route there. Just zoom in so they're pretty much the same. And just for that same route, you can see the difference in details. This looks very bare compared to the Google Maps, which has loads of roads and loads of things coming off it. Another thing to note is Google Maps has live traffic up here. So this is saying 20 minutes over here. But Google Maps has got me the live traffic and says that, yeah, there is a bit of traffic, so it's going to take you 22 minutes. If we hit the start on these navigations, let's have a look. I haven't actually had a chance to try it, but I'm sure if you can see here, it gives you the thing to the next roundabout, or the next maneuver, I should say. I'm still waiting for a location that's waiting for GPS, but it will work eventually. Let's go back to the overview. So Apple Maps has some good things going for it, but it's not quite ready. I think they should have waited to release it. They shouldn't have taken off Google Maps, which a lot of people were using, for something that doesn't quite work yet. That's my opinion. They went nuts over this 3D view, which if we click here and click, I don't know, for example, New York in the US, which the Google Maps also does do, but I'm not going to show you it. I'm just going to show you this one. You can see how smooth it is. So if they eventually get the data for the maps, it'll be worth it. Let's hit this little button here, hit satellite, and we'll start to see, hopefully it'll come alive. There we go. And you'll start to see the 3D effect here. That's really cool, and it's really smooth. That is something to note. I mean, it depends on your phone, I guess, for Google Maps, but this is very, very smooth here, as you'd expect from an Apple program. But in terms of its core Maps ability, it is not ready. It does not beat Google Maps. Has so much stuff over it, Google Maps again has the 3D maps, all that stuff, points of interest. The navigation, I use the navigation on my Nexus S all the time, and it's great. You've got your friends stuff, your local, find restaurants and pubs, all that sort of stuff that Apple Maps, it doesn't have. And I showed you that point of interest with the tire place. So yeah, I mean, take into account that Apple Maps is a new program. They shouldn't have released it yet. It wasn't ready. Now people have got it replaced with a functioning Google Maps, with a kind of non-functioning Apple Maps, which sucks for them. But yeah, what else can we say about Apple Maps? That they just need to do more work on it. Once it does more work, I'm sure it'll be a great map system. But they should have kept it under wraps for another year, in my opinion. There's been horror stories over the news that, airports haven't been in the right location. Some people have searched for stuff and it's been on the other side of the country, and just horror stories like that. Some places, apparently the satellite view is covered by a cloud, so they can't actually see the map. So yeah, that's my quick comparison between the two. I'll see you guys later.